Sweet. All right, I'm gonna pull up playlist supply. All right. I don't know if anyone's on, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Sweet. So maybe I'll throw TikTok on actually here on my phone. Let's do that. Trying to remember how you do it. Maybe I don't have enough followers to do it yet.
It's like FMK, but more forked up.
Maybe I don't. Let's see what's this button do. What's this button do? So I like to live my life. What's this button do? Maybe not. All right, sweet. Well, let's just do this and get this recorded so we can make some videos out of it. Okay, sweet. So right now I am working on playlists to pitch to for Cade Mauer. So if you haven't heard of him, he's out in Nashville. He's originally here from Utah. He's got a whole release cycle going on. We got a few songs he's going to be releasing. There's one coming out here in a couple of weeks. And then Moroni was the first song in the cycle. So, anyways, we're working on adding playlists to a spreadsheet that later on we'll do some pitching to. So, I just wanted to make a quick video of how I go about doing this so that if anyone else wants to do it, they can. The biggest thing is really like everything that I learned from Jesse Cannon, and I learned from really like Jesse Cannon's where I learned a lot of this. So there's a lot of cross referencing. There's a lot of researching, seeing like what makes a good playlist and not. And a lot of this is subjective, so people may have different opinions and different thoughts on how to do things. But yeah, actually, let me do something real quick. We'll see if anyone hops on that. Okay. So yeah, so this is kind of how it works. So I got to look at some of these other features with Playlist Supply. So Playlist Supply is not too bad. They're about like I think 24 or 29 bucks a month. So nothing horrible. Um, they're really good at getting you like a really quick list. There's still some more homework you got to do kind of beyond that, but it's not bad. Like it's actually a pretty good quick way. So like just quick way that it works. So you can pick like they have a bunch of different criterias of like what you're looking for, similar artists. If you want email, if you want social, I always prefer email because it seems like to me it's a better way to contact people, especially people that are serious about what they're doing. They usually want emails. They don't want um, Instagram messages or whatever. So let's see. I've got a bunch of credits. Anyways, so let's just pick a random keyword. So since he is one of the things you can do if you're not sure exactly where to look for, like where Spotify has you, like what bubble they're putting you in, like this is a really good place to start. Every Noise at Once. So this guy created this database, and there's actually playlists with all of this um, that breaks everything up by genres. It's actually pretty slick. But like if you're not sure exactly where you fit, like you could just put in an artist name. So let's just do um, I don't know, Papa Roach. And you could do this with anybody. For some reason, like that's what it's coming up as. Maybe I misspelled. Let's do Disturbed. So rap metal, alternative metal, new metal, and rock. Like that's kind of where it's putting him or putting Disturbed at. So like you can pull it up and it'll show a little bit more. And like it's cool because it'll show you like how many tracks, where they appear, how many singles, and like you can really get into it. So like we can look at like I think I remember my last band was in here, Image Intent. See, because we had a weird name. So yeah, American Metalcore is where we fit. So then here's a bunch of other bands that you sound similar to, and things like that that you can kind of use as you're looking for other playlists to pitch to or whatever. Like this is just a really good way to like brain dump without you having to do all the work. Like this is pulling straight off of Spotify and where Spotify's placing you. So this really saves you a lot of mental energy. So this is why I like to use this just as an extra resource to help me think. So like right now we're working on Cade Mauer playlists. So Cade Mauer. It's taking a second. So here's where we got Cowboy Western, LDS, I'm guessing because of Utah. Red Dirt, Wyoming Roots, probably because of Utah too. Um, yeah, we can click here so it'll expand it out. Shows kind of where he's at. So he's got like this EP of his Firehouse sessions, which are awesome. Moronize his track. He's got this one here, like he's got actually a better version of it, which is good. So he's re-releasing this song, Die Rich, and it's gonna be better. Like just for playlist pitching. Playlists usually don't like live versions. So like doing it this way, it's a lot like doing a new version of it that's like a nice clean recording, like that's gonna be easier to pitch. Here's some of the fans also like this is pulling straight out of your Spotify. So like that's another spot that you can go and like pick out things for Spotify. But let's go up here. Where's that? Where they had them broken into stuff. Oh, this will take you. So yeah, if you click that, it'll take you to their Spotify page. So back to research. So yeah, why is this being a pain? Let's just go back to here because we want to. What we want to get to is the genre. So cowboy western. Let's click on that. So here's a bunch of different artists that we can use on Playlist Supply. So you can. So Playlist Supply you can research any way you want based on pretty much anything. So let's just do. What was that cowboy western? And hit search. So I'd never do the exact search because I want to get like as many options as possible. So see, it's pulling up this one from everynoise.com, which that guy has like AI generated playlists. So like these are actual playlists. Same with particle detector. That's another AI generated one. Which like it sucks because you can't really pitch to them, but sometimes these do become feeder playlists and playlist activity. I'll go over all this. Okay, so so yeah, now that this is populated, like you can see all the different playlists. So it's still searching. Sometimes it takes a while. So here's what I start doing now that I've got like this list. And it's still going kind of slow, but it's going. So I don't want to do a lot of these low playlist activities just because that means like they haven't been updated in a while. Sometimes they're just dead, like they haven't done much. Like followers definitely matter. So usually like I'll kind of filter it here. So I've got one high, and that's particle detector. Medium, 13 Fridays. That's a good number of followers. We just don't have any contact here. So I'll show you what we do with that. Let's see with links. What do we have with links? Low, low, medium, low, and low. You discover music. That doesn't sound like anything we'd want to pitch to. Okay, sweet. So like we've got these. What we're gonna want to do next is like you want to take a listen to these. Well, okay, let's see. That one's a particle detector one. We already know that one's gonna be decent. So let's see this one. Acid Western. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this isn't gonna fit. So like this isn't gonna be a good fit, right? So like I don't even want to bother pitching to it. Like I know what Cade sounds like, what his songs sound like. That's not something we want to pitch to. So this is where the really nice thing about playlist supply is you just get into it real quick. So like you could get right into it. So let's switch. Let's do something else. So we can't forget to click clear, otherwise it won't go. So let's see, like just doing some generic country. Like you want to not be super generic. Let's see, what's the other one that they gave here for them? Red Dirt. Let's see what Red Dirt pulls up. The more niche you go, the better like you'll find a good audience. Sound of Red Dirt. So yeah, that's every noise again. Letting it populate. Hi, Morgan. I love how like you're the only one just hanging out. Oh, sweet. We got one more. I wish I could share my screen with you guys on here, but that's why I'm on the Twitch too, because that way you guys can see everything I'm doing. All right, that's pretty much done. So it'll still keep looking. So we've got 17 entries on that specific search. So again, I'll look here, switch to Edge of Red Dirt, Particle Detector. So like I said, that's an AI generated playlist. So like I'm not even gonna bother with it. It's a good one, and if you can get your artist on it, or if you could get your music on it, like that's actually a good one. See, this one's got contact Craig Vaughn's Texas Dirt, Red Dirt, and it's got a contact. It looks like that's a radio station. So that's not bad. Let's see. Oh, so we got this one that's medium. It's got a decent number of followers. That's a lot of tracks. So 953 tracks, like the only thing that makes me hesitant on that's like how many streams are we really gonna get? Like how many people are gonna actually listen to our song and get exposed to it? 2024 Texas Country and Red Dirt. Let's see what the playlist looks like. So like the nice thing about looking at this is that you could see that some of these aren't just Texas artists. So that's pretty sweet. But yeah, they have a shit ton of tracks. Like it might not be bad to pitch it. 953 over 24 hours of music. Last added March 8th, March 22nd, February, March 16th. So they're definitely so like they're actually working this. So what I'm looking at is like are they actually adjusting the order of the songs on here? Because that tells me if they're like actually like actively curating it, which is good because they have a lot of these newer songs up top. Let's see what they have towards the bottom. I got some newer songs. So like Spotify, if you don't curate your own list, it'll just throw anything that you add right here at the bottom. So like that's exactly what I'm seeing here. So like these three tracks are in the bottom. So unless you're listening on shuffle, like your tracks aren't gonna get played. But it doesn't hurt, right? Like this could be a backup, but this is a good one to show like the next step. So I'll take this 2024 Texas Country and Red Dirt. So now let's go to Chartmetric. So this is I'll work it the other way too and show you what that looks like. So let's do, so we got to search that playlist here. So Chartmetric usually has them, not always. So 2024, what was that? Texas Country and Red Dirt. Let's see if we just search just that. There you go, sweet, there's your playlist. So now we're looking at Chartmetric. So this is going to tell us a lot more about it. So last time this was updated was May 3rd. So we're May 11th. So like they're actively working on it, or at least adding songs to the playlist. So once we look here, they keep gaining followers. So that's the next thing I'm looking at. Like it's not a huge deal, but like that's a pretty good number of followers. They just keep adding tracks. It doesn't look like they're deleting tracks. Let's see. When are they removed? So yeah, they're removing some of them. So they're just adding them randomly throughout the week. Now this is the next important part. So how long are tracks staying on? So like she's not deleting very many tracks. But then here tells me when we're gonna pitch to this playlist. That and this. So are you sharing your screen? Yeah, on Twitch. I'm sharing it on Twitch. So like on Twitch you could see everything. I just can't share my screen on Instagram. But yeah, on my Twitch you can see everything that I'm doing. Go on Twitch. Yeah. Then you can see everything. So yeah, so here's the next spot. So what this is telling me is like how old the songs were, right, when they got added. So there's two big things that I'm looking at. Like, do they want songs that are like fresh and brand new, or do they want um, songs that are cataloged, so like they've been there for a minute? So this one, like, they're good with both. They're good with catalog, they're good with brand new tracks, and that's what this is telling me too. So every song, see Morgan. So every song has a popularity score. So when they first come out, they have a popularity score of 0. But then as people stream it, save it, playlist it, do all of that, Spotify will add to that the popularity score. And so that's what we're looking at here. Usually once you get to about right here, the 30, 25 to 30 is when Spotify really starts pushing your song because that means people are liking it. Yeah, this is just telling me like when we want to pitch to this. So on my spreadsheet, I can add this one to it. And this might be like because of how far it is and because of how many tracks there are on it, this might be like the very end of the release cycle that I pitch it. So like I would pitch this probably like week 6 or week 8, just so that just because there's so many songs on there, you may not get a lot, and we want to have, especially up front, you want to have playlists that you're gonna get streams on. You're gonna get that exposure on. So let's add this to my spreadsheet. So here, I'll pull up the spreadsheet. So, and I got this spreadsheet from Jesse Cannon too. Like this is all like totally free access. Chartmetric is kind of pricey, but the amount of information you get from it is definitely worth it. So this one, what's it called? 2024 Texas country and red dirt. Now I need so I'm gonna put here week 6. This just tells me it's the end of the release cycle. So right before the next track comes out. Now I just got to figure out how to pitch it. So like this is where I put the contact. Like where am I reaching out and contacting people? Okay, so let's see if they have anything. So this is where it's really nice here because we know there was nothing on playlist supplies. So this looks like it's just gonna be a personal profile. So what we might do is look her up on Instagram. So I was looking up a different guy too that had a playlist. What was that? Bryn, what was her name? Janka. So like I don't think she's an actual curator. Like I bet you it's like a private profile. Well, she's got a playlist up here. Well, there's no way that we can follow and pitch. I wonder if she's got a link on her Spotify. Like sometimes people will throw their email or whatever up here. She's got a bunch of playlists. This would actually be really good. Yeah, look at these. Like these all have a bunch of followers. The other spot that this could be in is like Submit Hub. Like she might just be on Submit Hub using her personal Spotify, and this is where she's getting all these because she's got a bunch of followers. Submit Hub, you need to have quite a few followers to do things. New boots. I wonder if she actually. 2 days ago. This is the Spotify curated list. So yeah, I wonder if she's a curator. But anyways, that's how I search through starting with playlist supply. That's one of the spots that I search. So here's when we go through um, Chartmetrics. So we're going to go to playlists. We're just going to look up country. So what we're looking for here, so hot country, let's just start there. So what we're looking for here when we're going through Chartmetric is, right, like you have your target playlist that you're going for. So like we're just using hot country for right now, just because I'm working in country. This is a curated playlist through Spotify, right? Curated by Spotify. So this is an editorial. They want all frontline, so pretty much any brand new song is what they're looking for. But all these guys here are pretty big, right? Like this is definitely like a target. Like you break into one of these playlists, like shit's gonna matter for you. Things are gonna change every Friday, which that's when they usually do this. How new are the tracks? Some of them are older because they want to make sure that these all have high popularity scores. See, unless it's like a big release, they're not gonna make it on there. They want these high popularity scores. So what you do with this, you go to playlist journeys, and this shows you other playlists that are like feeder playlists. And again, I learned all this from Jesse Cannon, like just watching his videos. So you go to playlist journeys and you start seeing like, okay, what playlists? So like this will show you like how long a song was on this specific playlist. So like this country swag playlist, like Life with You was there for 154 days before it was added to this. Boys Back Home was in there in this new country music releases for 28 days before it was added to Hot Country. So you just go from here and then you start kind of working your way backwards. So let's see, any of these Fresh from Nashville, that's a CMA, like that's obviously an editorial, right? But by CMA. Like that's going to be hard for me to get someone that's new on something like that. Like we want to find other independent playlists. So sometimes you just kind of got to go down a little bit. Country Pickens, maybe. This we run this net like they are a pay to play, which is crazy that they're still kind of going. I wonder if it's they've switched to like pay for the submission for consideration. Billboard Country Airplay chart, that's not gonna work. Homegrown banger of the day. Okay, let's just play with this one. So let's just click on that, pull it up. Curated by banger of the day. So this is an independent playlist. Take a look at it. I had some help, obviously, like the biggest streamed song in Spotify right now, number one. Like these are a lot of bigger names, so like this might be like a little bit of a stretch to get on there, but it's still like worth it, right? It's got a good number of followers, 500 tracks. Like they did a big cleanup and brought it down to 400, so like you're still not gonna get a ton of streams, and they want brand new songs on here, but you'll stay on there for a while. So like being that you'll stay on there for a while, like you'll probably get some streams off of it and get some exposure. Yeah, they want brand new, a lot of independent labels. So like really you're just gathering a profile. So this might be worth pitching like pre-release. So now what I'll do, like you could do this a couple of different ways. So I'll go to Banger of the Day, see if they have, so like they have an Instagram, we could go to that, see if they have a way to submit there. So a lot of these guys, so like these guys probably have like a bunch of different playlists. That seems like that's the guy running it. Yeah, he's got EDM, new R&B, alt hip hop. See if he's got a link here to submit. Like you kind of need to do things the way that they want. So yeah, Summer Fields is one that he's working on. Okay, I'm not seeing anywhere here. So what we'll probably do with this one, if we want to pitch to it, we'd want to pitch a brand new song. So like Cade's got Moroni out right now. Like I don't want to pitch that song to that playlist because it's not going to get on. Like he wants brand new songs, right? So what we might do is just send him a message. So we'll add him to the spreadsheet, knowing that this is like a pre-release. So like we have Die Rich coming out, like the studio version of it. So I might pitch that to him. And what I might do first though is here we just hit a message for him, telling him like where we think we would fit and just go from there. So like your playlist, we want to make sure we're calling out the right playlist. So that way he knows like we've done some of our homework. Where's the damn playlist? Homegrown. That's the one we want. Homegrown. So let's go back to the messages. So like all I'm doing there is I'm just saying like, hey dude, like I'm just like I'd like to pitch and like I'm just trying to like respect his process because you're a lot more likely to get listened to if you respect their process. The other thing that I could have done, so like banger of the day, like I could come here to playlist supply, say clear banger of the day, and search here, and if he's got an email or a link somewhere, like it'll get pulled up. So let's see what comes up. So like there's a lot of cross-referencing and going back and forth. I'm guessing all of his playlists are going to start popping up here. Like really what I want is either a link or an email. It's almost done. There's another one of his. Okay, so it looks like it's done searching. It'll keep going. It'll still keep searching. But at this point, like I'm pretty sure we're not going to get a contact information for him. But yeah, that's how you kind of use both of these to kind of cross-reference and see where things are and all of that. It's very time-consuming. And then after this, like you got to go through and write your pitches and submit them and send them out and kind of hope for the best. But yeah, anyways, I know we didn't get a lot of people up yet. I'm going to be throwing this up on YouTube so you can check it out later and see how I do it. And yeah, talk to y'all later.